You ever show up to a 9:30 meeting at 9:50? No agenda prepared, no idea what's being discussed, absolute chaos. Your boss is staring at you wondering if you were up all last night stressing about your 10-leg parlay that will definitely hit. See, that's you at the open. Look at this trade. Walmart calls 57% in 5 minutes. You know I called this when everyone else was scrambling? Because at 9 a.m., I was already prepared. Watch list done, plan locked, ready to execute. Most of you, you're still half asleep at 9:29 going, wait, what should I even trade today? Look, I've been there. Showing up unprepared, getting absolutely bagged while everyone else seemingly makes money. Here's the thing, after you watch this video and learn how to trade for the open, you probably won't need to worry about showing up for your boss's meetings anymore. I'm about to show you exactly how I found this setup, why I took it, and how you can stop trading like someone who just rolled out of bed. This is how to make 57% in 5 minutes by just doing your homework. Let's get into it. This is how to make $1,310 in 5 minutes. The problem: the first time you see the chart is at 9:25 a.m. You don't have a watch list prepared, and the OPIC is frantic. You don't know what to trade. You have no idea what's moving. You are constantly changing your screens back and forth, back and forth. You're listening to this. You get this Twitter alert, this Twitter alert. It sounds stressful. This is you over here. You got sand on your desk. I don't know why. You just came back from the beach. I don't know. You have sand on your desk. You are not prepared. You did not do your homework the night before, and therefore the first time you see charts in the morning is at 9:25. This sound familiar? This was me for many, many years. I would come to the market at 9:29 and hope whatever Discord I was in provided me with a fire alert so I could tell all my friends that I actually make money trading. And here's me. I prepped the night before. I made about $1,300 in about 5 minutes because I know exactly what I'm watching. Off the open, my setups, they're already there. There's price alerts set. I already know the 6 stocks I'm going to watch for that day, or the 5 stocks, or the 3 stocks, or the no stocks. I already know because the night before, I did my homework. What happens when a stock makes a big move? Here's the thing. Stocks, they tend to make big moves, and you want to track the stocks that are making big moves, because when there is a large move or the stock breaks out, there's excitement behind it. There's something that made investors happy, where everyone is making money, okay? Investors are only happy if they're making money, unless they're in a bag holding state where anything that's positive makes them happy, so hopefully they get out of their bags. This normally happens because of news. News is normally what moves this. It could be an analyst upgrade. It could be a partnership. It could be so many different things. There just has to be news, because news creates what? Excitement, because people are happy because they're making money. When a stock breaks out, it has to break key levels, whether that's 52-week highs or lows or all-time highs or all-time lows. It has to break some sort of key level. This is key because remember, it's a key level. So of course it's key, but it has to break a key level because this will get it to pop up on nighttime scans. A lot of traders, including myself, we run a lot of scans at night. That is how we find what we're watching the next day. So we're looking for the stocks that are making new all-time highs, those new 52-week highs, because they're going to come up on a momentum scan. Additionally, when there's news and excitement, this also creates volume. Okay, you don't just buy a bunch of stocks because there's nothing exciting going on. There's something exciting, investors flood in, the stock has changed forever, right? They start loading into it, piling into it. This is why there's momentum behind these names. And again, also high volume will also show up in people's scans at night. So let's review this. Walmart announces a partnership with OpenAI for ChatGPT shopping feature. This means my mother, who's probably watching this video, is going to be using this to find stuff to buy from ChatGPT. She's going to type in, I need jeans for a female or a grill, whatever she wants, and it's going to add a chat feature, and it's going to tell them where they can check out and they can go buy it. So therefore, Walmart made a big move off this headline. Doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that if you use AI and you can buy stuff from AI, this is pretty big news for this stock. Remember, stocks will move based off news, based on the investor confidence and what people want to see. Don't use your own mind to figure out if it's good or bad. Let the market tell you. So how did I find it? It's very simple. I found the headline where Walmart partners with OpenAI for their shopping feature. It had an A+ daily chart. What did I do? Boom, right on my watch list to the free Discord. And here it is. Number 1, Walmart day 2 long over 108 likely sees 110. Even if you miss morning news, stocks do something called a day 2 setup. This is only day 1, okay? This is day 1. All we have to do is wait for the setup to then hit it again. Why was Walmart my focus? Hot news, dealing with AI, it's going to drive sales. I already know. My mom probably going to buy a bunch of grills and random stuff from Walmart for Christmas. Already know it's going to be big. It's only one day of the breakout. When stocks break out or break down, it doesn't just last for one day. It lasts for multiple days. Time and time again, traders, they come to me, Elliot, I don't know what stock to trade. Okay, what about the stocks that are making big moves? I would start there. A stock does not go from up all day and then just stop forever. No, it'll go up all day a couple of days later, or the next day, you get the idea. Walmart also closed near the highs. There was no profit taking, meaning people bought the news and they're holding it because they expect it to go higher. When you see this, a stock becomes your main focus for the day when you see these three things set up. So here's the trade. Very simply, we follow the LE model. It doesn't matter if there's news or witchcraft or whatever, we still follow the same system. It does not change day to day. Again, levels first and then EMAs. So we can see we break the previous day high, which is the level. It comes down and perfectly retests the level. Sorry, not perfectly. It's about 0.01 cents away, which again is a retest because 0.1 cent on a $100 stock is less than 1%. If find me anything in a store you can buy for a penny, and maybe we can have a different conversation. However, I can't find anything in a store worth a penny, so it doesn't matter. This is a retest of the previous day high and the pre-market high. What do? We slap it. I wanted more contracts, didn't get filled for all of them. I was getting a little too greedy on the limits. It is what it is. We still got filled a decent chunk of them. And what do? We sell the highs. We made $1,300, and literally this is one 3-minute candle, so it's actually less than 5 minutes. All because we spent 20 minutes in the afternoon reviewing charts. But Ellie, that's too fast for me. Well, I'm so glad you brought this up because remember, stocks always have multiple entries and we can see big moves offer multiple entries. So Ellie, I get too nervous off the open. That's okay. What about the ADMA retest? It's above the previous day high. It's above the pre-market high. It's day 2 off of news. All you do is you buy the dips down to the 8 EMA and you sell the highs. You do not have to make all your money off the open. Big moves offer multiple opportunities. That is why we trade them. The open, it matters, but not as much as you might think. The best moves often happen in the first hour, not the first 5 minutes that you seem to think. Best moves happen between 9:30 and 11 every single day. Most of the volume is between 9:30 and 11 every single day. That is why I trade between 9:30 and 11 most days. You see what you picking up what I'm putting down here? Okay. Now, everything else is usually chopped. Very rarely have I ever entered a trade during lunchtime and it worked out immensely for me. Most of the time, I get chopped around until about 2 p.m. Your goal every day is to manage positions during lunchtime and after that. That's all you're doing, managing positions. Notice it doesn't say that you're adding or you're doing anything. You're just managing them. You're making sure your runners are still working or you're re-rolling off of profits. That is what you're doing the rest of the day. You're not actively trading. You're not loading up on 0 days, nothing like that. If you find every day you start off green and you somehow end red, it's because you're probably trading absolute chop in the middle of the day because you're too greedy to stop. Really just gunning at people today. But yeah, don't trade at lunchtime, okay? You're going to get back a lot of your gains, lock in that green day, and look forward to the new trading day. Common mistakes off the open. These, I can make a whole video on mistakes alone off the open, but these are the ones that I think are most impactful, is not understanding the news. If you don't know what the news is going to do, I know previously I said let the market tell you, but if you don't have a general idea of the news, you're not going to understand it. You shouldn't play it. Not knowing what the daily is doing. You should know when you enter a trade right off the open what the daily is doing. If you don't, then you cannot trade it. My favorite, especially for your small account people, so listen up, is using all your buying power. How often, if you have a $1,000 account, you enter all in on the first trade you see off the open, only to miss the perfect LE setups for the rest of the day. You blasted all your buying power, put all your eggs in one basket off one 3-minute candle off the open. If that sounds like something you're struggling with, then again, don't trade the open. Chasing the highs. Another one, the stock just keeps ripping and you're on a micro time frame, so you think this is it. I got to get in. It's going to go higher. And every time you smack the high, it dips on you. You stop out right at the entry. Again, time and time again, this is an all-time classic. People smack the highs. They have no idea what they're doing. And, they get themselves in trouble. So make sure the chart confirms. If you have a slight bullish bias, make sure the chart actually tells you it's bullish. If we think about Tesla on Friday, it was supposed to be a day 2 earnings setup. And guess what? If you bought the dips all day on Tesla, you got absolutely rinsed. Doesn't matter what you think is going to happen. What matters is what's actually happening. There's no hope in this business, I'm telling you. And lastly, before you touch the open, you need to know what all of this stuff means, okay? If you are a very beginner and you're not super advanced and you can answer some of these, then don't trade the open. If you can answer all of these with confidence, then the open, my friend, is where you're going to make tons of money. Your homework, you need to find stocks that have news. You can go on Twitter and type in stock market news, and I guarantee you'll find a bunch of accounts that post news for free. It's not that complicated. Don't spend any money on news scanners. It's not going to help you. You need to understand, though, why behind the news. Why is it making the market move? Why? You need to chart out the daily to understand why it moved. Okay, if you do not know why a stock is making big moves at all-time highs, you need to study more and understand why it's moving. You also need to find stocks that have made big moves in the last 5 days, because these will resurface again. I'm telling you, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but they always resurface. And lastly, set alerts and wait. If you do your charting the night before and you set good alerts, you literally can sit at your office job, your 9 to 5, and wait for a price alert to hit. You look at your phone for 5-10 minutes, wait for the entry, you click the button, and congratulations, your boss, you're not going to have him anymore. Okay, or her. Okay, it's 2025. You got to set alerts, you got to do your homework, and you got to wait for them to hit. No front running. Summary: stocks that have momentum usually don't last one day. Very rarely, even in bear markets, like short squeezes will last multiple days. You need 3 things for a day 2 setup. You need big move, news, and a clean chart. That is it. Take your piece of the move. All the time, traders will message me, yo, Ellie, I bought these contracts for $2. They went to $20, and I sold for $2.50. Okay, well, you got your piece of the move. If you're going to sit there and be upset about hindsight and FOMO, this trading stuff is not for you, okay? I know, me personally, millions of dollars left on the table. Millions. You want to catch your piece and do your thing. You're not going to catch the exact top and the exact bottom. If I could do that, I would have 2 purple yachts, and I'd be doing circles around Jeff Bezos' yacht. But guess what? I don't. So what do you want? You can't be upset about it. Hindsight's always 20/20. You can't change the past. All you can do is change the future and execute better on future trades. Next, you need to be quick off the open, and you need to understand the why. If you are not fully confident, don't touch it. I'm telling you, wait for those LE setups and just go ahead and smack it on a 10-minute, and you're still going to make probably even more money, because you won't get wicked out 24/7. And lastly, once my free Discord hits 1,000 members, I'll be doing a live boot camp all for free. I'll be showing you how to create watch lists, the LE model, live streams. You already know it. Link down below. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Peace.